If you tell people you don't drink alcohol, they might think you're healthy. If you tell them you don't watch sports, they might think you're intellectual. But if you tell someone you don't listen to music, they look at you like you're a sociopath. Who doesn't like music? It's the universal language. You must be dead inside. If you're the type of person who drives in silence, who never wears headphones at the gym, or who finds background music annoying rather than emotional, welcome to the club. And no, you aren't a robot. You might actually belong to a rare group of people, about 3 to 5% of the population, with a condition scientists call specific musical anhedonia. Here's what is happening in your brain, and it is fascinating. For the vast majority of humans, music is a hack into the brain's reward system. When they hear a crescendo or a beat drop, their auditory cortex sends a signal directly to the nucleus accumbens, the part of the brain responsible for dopamine, pleasure, and reward. It's the same part that lights up for food, money, and sex. But for you, that telephone line is cut. A study from the University of Barcelona scanned the brains of people like you and found that your auditory reward coupling is reduced. You hear the music perfectly fine. You understand the lyrics, you hear the rhythm, you know it's a sad song or a happy song, but you don't feel the chemical shiver. To you, music is just noise. It's structured sound. It's information that isn't useful. But here's the crucial part that society gets wrong. People assume that if you don't feel music, you must be depressed or unable to feel joy. False. The research shows that people with musical anhedonia have perfectly normal dopamine responses to everything else. You still love great food, you love winning money, you love deep connection. Your reward system isn't broken, it's just highly specific. In fact, psychologists suggest that people who don't listen to music often crave semantic stimulation instead of abstract stimulation. While everyone else is getting an emotional high from a melody, you might be getting yours from a podcast, an audiobook, or a complex conversation. You prefer the sound of ideas over the sound of instruments. You trade the abstract emotion of a symphony for the concrete logic of a spoken word. And let's talk about the background noise factor. We live in a world that is terrified of silence. We pump music into elevators, grocery stores, and waiting rooms to mask the void. For people who don't listen to music, this constant noise feels intrusive. You might be someone who values cognitive clarity. Music creates emotional clutter. It tries to force you to feel a certain way. Sad, hyped, nostalgic. By opting out, you're essentially refusing to let an external source dictate your emotional state. You don't need a playlist to tell you how to feel. You regulate your emotions internally, without the need for an external soundtrack. Think about the independence that requires. While others need lo-fi beats to study or heavy metal to lift weights, you're doing those things powered entirely by your own internal drive. You aren't borrowing energy from a beat, you're generating it from within. So the next time someone tries to hand you the aux cord and looks horrified when you say you prefer silence, don't apologize. You aren't missing a soul. You just have a brain that prefers reality unedited. You don't need the background score to make your life feel cinematic.